Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name is Wendy Wing. So excited to do today's reading because I got a new tarot deck. Gifted myself an early Christmas present. So the Light Seers Tarot. So new, fun. So anyway, this is a reading for the collective. So I'm not tuning into one person's specific energies. I'm tuning into a general energy. So take what resonates and leave the rest. All right. Let's get started, shall we? So, collective, in the past, you were in the energy of Two of Cups in reverse, coming together. So, if something in the past, a relationship, a connection, some type of connection that was emotional, it feels like a separation of, it feels emotional, the separation. I'm getting that even though this was emotional and difficult, that there's something about this connection. The new card smell. Yeah, so someone in this connection had a lot of options. And feels like there was, this could be a connection where there was some type of commitment, could be marriage, but this person, it feels like the person you were connected with. Energies can shift, so use your discernment, but it feels like the person you were connected with felt like they had a lot of options, and they really didn't they didn't feel as connected in this relationship, even if you did have some kind of emotional connection or marriage or some kind of agreement that it's just the two of you. This person, it feels kind of like a player. All right, sorry about that interruption. My next door neighbor has been hiding some Christmas presents in my garage from his younger son. So he's coming to collect. So, all right, let's get back to your reading. All right, so some type of relationship. It looks like the person you were connected with had other options, and even though there was some type of commitment, they didn't treat it, the connection, like in a committed way. It felt like they acted like they had other options. This is someone who has a lot of slow energy, slow to change. So definitely it feels like they didn't want to change, no matter how they might have started the relationship. And whatever, it feels like they might have, even maybe they lied to themselves. They really didn't want a long-term connection. But in order to keep you. They had to sell themselves and sell you that that you're the only one. But it feels like they kept their options open. And they're just they might be more concerned with finances and how they appear. And it's just so slow. Yeah, so slow. Okay, double down. Eight of Wands in reverse. So delays, lack of communication, maybe also a lack of honest communication. No, yeah. And then again, just so slow, not fast. Wow. All right. So in present energy collective, you are in the energy of Six of Cups in reverse. Simply love. So Six of Cups talks about nostalgia. Oh, I'm getting that you have hit a point where you're no longer nostalgic about this relationship. It feels like you're moving on from this. You're not stuck. Maybe it took a lot of healing. Maybe you were confused and you were, surprised and shocked, or that of the lies and maybe the truth about this connection. And wow, as you're letting go and releasing the past, then you're stepping into this very powerful space. You're bringing in this new spark of life and joy and celebration. Feels like for a long time in this connection, you were very unhappy. I'm also getting that you have your intuition. Maybe in this connection, you trusted the person more than you trusted your own intuition. That maybe to stay in this connection, your intuition was saying, this is not working. I'm not happy. I'm not happy whenever this person comes in. There's that lie energy or something like that, something that's off track, something that's not correct. And now it looks like you've been choosing, as you heal, choosing you, healing, bringing light back into your life. Very passionate about your own life, very passionate about who you've become, in touch with your intuition. It looks like you've taken the lessons from whatever this connection, you've worked through the pain and heartache, and you're moving on and just using those lessons. There's some energy here in your present time energy collective that isn't moving on. kind of, that could be, let's see, let me get a little bit more. It feels like this could be their energy that I'm tuning into. Feels like this is their energy. So 6 of Swords in reverse and 5 of Wands in reverse. They haven't quite moved on, but they don't want conflict. They don't want an argument. They don't want conflict. But something about their energy is stuck, isn't moving on. It's not emotional. You are more in your emotions and using passion, and it feels like they're up in their head a bit more. So I'm getting that you are a very emotional person, or you have access to your emotions. You're very loving and caring. And I don't get that. I'm not saying that this person is a bad person or unloving. It just feels like they don't really know themselves very well. Okay, so it feels like, so this could go either way, and or use your discernment. I'm getting that now that you've separated from this person and have moved on and have had this amazing glow up as you've healed, that they are, because their energy is so slow, that it's taken them a while to realize your value and your worth. Doesn't feel like they appreciated you in the past. And so they're having trouble as you've moved on and your energy has raised, and it doesn't feel like you're in connection with this person. They're having difficulty right now moving on. They don't want to conflict with you, but they feel like if they would communicate or connect with you, that there would be a conflict. Maybe you would reject them. But they do see on some level, some of the energies that I'm tuning into is more of a subconscious level. They know. And some of them are starting to really know in a conscious way that you were that 10 of Cups. You were the full meal deal, that you gave them emotional fulfillment. For some of you, you had a family with them. There was that emotional support. And even though they felt like they had options in the past energy, they were like, I've got so many options and I can do, they're all the same. So I'll choose whatever is catching my eye in this moment. They're realizing now, after you've separated and you're no longer sharing your loving energy with them, that what they're missing. They are missing out. All right, let's keep going. All right, so your family pattern collective is heart chakra in reverse. So heart chakra, right here, it's the energetic center that deals with you. All things that relate to you and make you the special and unique being that you are. So a family pattern about not being able to be who you are. Family pattern where you are, ooh, okay, a family pattern where it's more about group, a group think that individuals aren't allowed to be themselves. Maybe in your family pattern is you have to fit into this group. You are not allowed to be yourself. And for those of you tuning in, this feels horrible because you have a different light about you, a light that of being an individual. You didn't come into this world to dim your light so you could fit in, even though you might have done that. Maybe you also did that in this past relationship. Kept small, kept dim so you could try to stay in this connection, and it feels like it just stalled you out. You might also recognize that in your family of origin that you might have done something similar, dimmed who you were to stay in a connection until it looks like realizing, having this new way of seeing things, a new perspective, that this isn't working. An opportunity to have a new perspective. Thing, just like that, like a bing, oh my gosh, this is never going to work. If I can't, I don't fit in. I've waited and waited and created a lot of delays, waiting to fit in, waiting to be approved, waiting to be loved and appreciated and cared for. But it's just not a good fit. It's nobody's fault. It's just realizing your own worth. Wow. All right. Personal issue is shine. That heart space. This is you being yourself. That heart space, opening up and allowing yourself to be who you've always meant to be instead of dimming your light. This is taking your power. This is stepping out into the sunshine of who you are. Others might not appreciate who you are, but there's kind of this energy of, okay, I've got to be me. There's also this star quality. About you being yourself, about you allowing your light to shine brightly. Others notice you a lot more than I feel like you are aware of. And your example of you being yourself, yes, you probably had a lot of opposition, family, friends, connections that want you to be there for them instead of being there for yourself first. And then when your cup runneth over, then you can give to others. But I feel like part of that resistance is you've got such an amazing light about you that it feels selfish. They want to keep that for themselves and then project their darkness onto you because they've never learned how to transmute that energy for themselves. So, Nine of Cups in reverse. Wish fulfillment. So you might have wondered why, if I've got this amazing light about me, have I not gotten my wish fulfillment? Why have I been separated from emotional fulfillment, from satisfaction, from joy and ecstasy? You know, I could tell you all day long how important you are, how valued and worthy you are right now without having to change a thing. But until you own that, embody that, start speaking from that space, start behaving and making actions from a space of, I know my worth, I know my value, I love who I am, I love my light, I am worthy of the joy and ecstasy and love and appreciation right now. Until you can embody that, nobody else that I've mentioned, nobody else's energy is creating a separation from your own wishes and emotional fulfillment. It's you deciding, taking that step forward and embodying that, and start again thinking from that space. Start speaking from that standpoint. Start acting, taking action from that space. This is a really powerful personal issue. Not waiting for others to tell you you're important, deciding and choosing that is already true about you, and then thinking from that standpoint, and then speaking from that standpoint, and then acting from that standpoint. Feels like, I want to validate it. It feels like some of you are still working on this, and some of you, I want to validate, this is more of a validation reading. You've done this work. You are stepping into a new you, or have already stepped into this new you. And it's beautiful. It looks good on you. All right, so conscience. What you would do if no one were there to judge you. Helpless and hopeless reverse. So 8 of Swords in reverse. So 8 of Swords upright talks about being helpless and hopeless, not being stuck in a mental prison. And in reverse, you're no longer stuck. You're no longer split energy. You're no longer stuck in your head. It feels like what you've been doing is clearing out other people's projections and getting to know who you are in a real profound way. Yeah. You want to end that old cycle, and you've rebirthed the new you. This is so beautiful. This feels very validating. And again, it depends. Some of you, it feels like you're just starting this journey, but for most of you, it feels like this is a validation reading. validating all the hard work that you've done, validating you, validating the perspective shift. Wow. All right, in the center of your reading, your higher self is in Four of Wands reverse. Joy and stability. Interesting. Why this is the joy and stability. First. Cards standing up. Okay. All right. So I'm getting that some of you have been through a lot of healing of possible betrayal, being made to be or feel like an option. This might even be a family pattern where you were not appreciated, where you did not feel chosen, might have felt like the black sheep of the family. And then it continued on into this past connection where they made you an option, possibly having a third party. And look at that pain and anguish. As difficult as this is in the center of your reading, and how much being put in a third party situation, even if that wasn't another person, but you weren't important enough. You were made an option. So maybe they chose drugs and alcohol. Maybe they chose their job. They chose their friends. They chose, you weren't high up on the list. But I feel like you put them very high up on what was important in your world. And so this really shook you to the core. You might have experienced the dark night of the soul. This is intense. But what your higher self wants to tell you is that you have turned this around. You have really entered, it feels like you have gained this very independent, stable energy. I'm getting kind of a lone wolf vibe. Maybe you have separated from a pack, not just one person, but people who were not supportive of you. And so you went off in a very lone wolf type of energy. And you have really shown yourself, proven to yourself how stable you can be, found your own stability. Maybe you have been in codependent relationships and connections. Maybe that's how you were taught to, like a family pattern, codependency. And so you being very independent and stable and finding your own security and safety and financial support within yourself is also very validating. Wow. All right. All right. Your challenge right now is blossom. I think this reading feels very validating that you have done a lot of work on yourself. You have healed a lot, and healing is painful. Healing can be painful. shadow work, looking at your part in all of this. Your challenge is it feels like you're not done. It feels like you have gathered momentum and you're ready to shine more. You're ready for this rebirth, or you've already had this rebirth. And it's time to really show yourself how bright you can be, how joyful, how stable. Now that you've got that stability, that first chakra, some security, some financial independence, abundance, it feels like this invitation to really, now let's play. That's what I'm hearing. Now let's play. Now let's have some fun. Where do you want to take this energy? What do you want to do with this? Especially since we're in the new moon today, December 23rd, when I'm recording this. We just passed winter solstice. And so there's all these energies that are like, this is a great time to create. What do you want to bring into the light in this coming year? What do you want to grow? What aspects of you? Who do you want to show up as? Your challenge is to not inhibit your own growth, to not limit your own growth. When you are manifesting, and in that manifesting space, really meditating on what it is that you want to create. Remember to stay in a feeling space. A lot of times when you visualize it and you're up in your head when you're manifesting, then you need you could get into a controlling space. I need it to look like this, but you could get that, but still not feel satisfied. So going into an emotional space and imagining as if it's already happened. Imagining how it would feel, how you feel like it's already happened. If it's personal things like confidence, how would it feel to have the confidence to do what I want? How would it feel to be so good at manifesting that whatever arises, that you make space for that? So whatever that is that you're manifesting, once you imagine that space, imagine that energy, bring down this divine light and allow the divine to co-create with you. And when you do that, the energy gets bigger and brighter, because a lot of times we are limited by our own imagination, and Source knows the infinite potential that you have. And so allow Source to co-create with you when you're manifesting. And right now is a very powerful creative time. Time to plant seeds. What is it that you want to create in this new year? I can just feel as I'm saying this, my own limitations moving away, and an expansiveness. So, all right, I'm going to stop the reading here. I'm inviting you to join me in the link below. Join me on Patreon. I'll continue the reading to your desire, the lesson and advice, and then I'll have a guided psychic meditation, and beautiful light beings, healing masters and psychic surgeons have been showing up. It feels like manifesting, setting your intentions, having a guided meditation where we clear away limitations that we have, that we're holding about ourselves and what we're allowed to create, and bringing in the new us. So, and co-creating with the universe so we can have a more expansive view. So, all right, the link's down below. Can't wait to see you over there. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.